Well, unlike Ant-Man, the Jonathan Majors story is not shrinking, and we've got a whole series of updates on each side of the ball that muddy the water even more and make the future of him as Kang the Conqueror even more out there. Let's take a couple minutes to break down all the updates, we'll dive into all the facts, and talk about what Marvel might ultimately do. Well, this Jonathan Majors story has been moving really fast, and we keep getting updates almost every couple of hours. Now, we've had updates from multiple sides and some new information from TMZ, so I thought we could dive into what everybody has to say, some good news for Majors, some bad news for Majors, and maybe a little clarity for us fans. Now, the bad news for Majors was, we've got some new allegations from victims up in New York City. Variety is reporting this, and what they are saying is multiple alleged abuse victims of Jonathan Majors have come forward since his arrest in March. Not only that, they are apparently cooperating with the Manhattan District Attorney in his criminal investigation. Honestly, if more victims came through, this could mark a dramatic turn in the whole case, and combining this with the fact that his management and his PR firm have left him, some of these details might be known by people on the other side of the glass. This is probably the worst news that Majors could possibly have in the whole investigation. More victims will probably help substantiate the case against him, and in the court of public opinion, it can do nothing but hurt him. This evidence will likely be presented once this goes to criminal trial, and we'll find out more details then. But honestly guys, like I said, worst news possible for the guy, and if it's true, it really does mean he's likely to get the boot from Marvel Studios. Now, on the flip side, his attorneys have once again doubled down on his innocence. His attorney, Priya Chaudhry, issued a response to this latest round of allegations. And although it was short, it was pretty decisive, saying, "Jonathan Majors is innocent and has not abused anyone. We have provided irrefutable evidence to the district attorney that the charges are false. We are confident that he will be fully exonerated." Now, honestly, if they have evidence that exonerates him, I really do hope it comes through, and if he didn't do it, I never want anybody innocent to go to jail. But I really do hope it's better than the last text messages they released to the general public, which really read like it was almost coerced, or they read like they were right out of a movie about abuse. They have been saying this for quite a while, and we haven't seen any of this evidence. Once again, like the new people making allegations, hopefully this will come out when they finally go to court, and we'll know what exactly Majors and his lawyers are talking about. Now, this could be multiple things, but TMZ may have clued us in to what's going on. Now, earlier today, TMZ actually dropped a bunch of stills from security cameras surrounding this case showing the woman who was allegedly abused. Now, apparently, the woman allegedly told the New York Police Department she suffered a broken finger and a laceration behind her ear during the fight with Majors. And this is something that Majors' lawyer has said is a complete lie and that they have proof of that. Now, this is where the TMZ pictures come in, and I'm going to encourage you guys to go over there because I don't want to catch any copyright strikes. But apparently, they have hours of security video that show that the woman, after the altercation, went clubbing and seems to refute some of the injuries in the police report. Now, additionally, in that same TMZ report, Jonathan Majors' lawyer claims they have body cam footage that shows the police interviewing the woman and I quote, clearly coaching her to say that Mr. Majors grabbed her by the throat. And goes on to claim that the victim never said that's what happened until the police officer directed her to do this. Hopefully, once again, this is something that comes out in the criminal case and we finally get to see some of this evidence, but often the court of public opinion doesn't wade. Now, like I said, this is steamrolling at us pretty fast, and new evidence and new stories seem to be hitting us about every 8 to 10 hours. Now, obviously, people on this channel really want to know what's going to happen with Majors moving down the road as Kang. We found out earlier today from Variety that Loki Season 2 will likely come mid-2023, meaning sometime this summer, so that show is obviously not going to be edited to have Majors removed. I personally believe that Marvel is going to stay the course until we get through the criminal segment of the trial and whatever evidence is associated with this becomes public. This will likely be after Loki is released, so if any of the details reflect very poorly on Majors, that won't happen until after the series is aired. Then we have about 8 to 10 months before Kang Dynasty goes into production, and I honestly think if it is as bad as many people believe, Majors will indeed be replaced as Kang. I think some of this could be influenced by what DC decides to do with Ezra Miller. That's a very similar situation where they have a production ready to go, and they're probably waiting to let the actor go after the project is released, rather than risk driving away some viewership because they know there won't be another one featuring that person. Obviously, as more news comes out about Jonathan Majors, we're going to keep digging into that, where this case ultimately goes, and the final answer to these accusations, well, honestly, we really are going to have to wait and see.